Hey guys, happy Monday. I apologize for not being there today. On Thanksgiving, I found out that my grandma passed away. My grandma was 94 years old and lived a wonderful life. So I am with my husband on our way up to Minnesota to celebrate her life on Tuesday. And then I will be back on Wednesday to make sure to do a test review with you. First thing, don't forget that you have a test on Thursday and Friday. So tomorrow, with the substitute tomorrow, you're going to be working on your test review. If you need to go back and relook at notes, things like that, go back and do that. Only part one of the test will be due on Wednesday, of the test review, I mean. So let's go ahead and start looking at our last set of notes that we have for this unit. Again, it's still multi-step equations. However, sometimes we get a particular case where we have different types of solutions. And one of those cases is called the null set. And this is when the equation has no solution. There's no number that I could put in that would make it true. And so the definition, or when a null set happens, this is when our variables are going to cancel out. And I'm going to show you what this means in just a second. But our variables cancel out. Different constants are left. I'm going to give you an example of each one of these and here in just a second. Now, identity is when an equation has every number as a solution. So no matter what you put in, every number is going to be a solution. And the reason for that is that it's going to be the exact same expression on both sides. And so what happens is, again, your variables are going to cancel out. Your variables cancel out, but this time the same constants are left. So essentially what's going to happen is your variables cancel out and your constants cancel out, and you're left with nothing. So it means it's the exact same expression on both sides. So let's go ahead and solve a problem. I'm going to show you an example of each and show you what I'm talking about. So on this one, the first thing you need to do, remember, is apply your distributive property. So I get 2x minus 2 equals 4 plus 2x. So when I draw my line down, remember I've got variables on both sides. I'm going to get my variables together. So I'm going to take this 2x and I'm going to subtract it. So I get a minus 2x minus 2x. Well, look what happens. I have 2x minus 2x. So those cancel out. I have 2x minus 2x. Those cancel out. Because 2x minus 2x is 0. They're canceling each other out. So I'm left with negative 2 equals 4. So I have the same constants, but I have different, I have the same variables, but different constants. So this is going to be, variables cancel out, different constants are left. That's a null set. That means there is no number that I can put into this equation that would work. Here's why. We both have 2x, correct? So look at that. There's 2x on both of them. Now, on the left side, I'm going to take that 2x and I'm going to subtract 2. On this side, I'm going to take that 2x and I'm going to add 4. So is there any number that I could put in and multiply it by 2 and then subtract 2 and add 4 and still get the same thing? There's not. Let's say like my x, let's say it's 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So I have a 2 on both sides. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 plus 4 is 6. They're not going to be the same, so it's a null set. So there is a case where we can have no solution. And I want you to write null set. I want you getting used to this vocabulary. So let's take a look at number 2. On this one, when we apply our distributive property, we get a negative 2x plus 2 equals 2 minus 2x. I'm going to draw my line down. I want you to notice something. That's a negative 2x on the left. What is this one? A negative 2x. That's a positive 2. That's a positive 2. So is this the exact same expression? Yeah, I could rewrite this and it would be the exact same thing. So if I add 2x to both sides, we get 2 equals 2. Exact same thing on both sides. So that means any number that you put in is going to work. So this is what we call identity. It's like you're looking in a mirror and you see your identity. It's the exact same thing. Okay, it's identity. Now, some of you are going to ask me, because I know you guys, well, if I can look at the equation and know it's going to be identity, can I just write that? No, because you need to prove it to me. I'm not asking for that much work. You need to prove it to me that it's identity. Don't just write null set or identity. You still have to have the work. Now, all of these equations I'm giving you, it doesn't mean they're going to be null set or identity. This is just one particular case that it could be. It might still work out to give you a solution. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. So I'm going to apply my distributive property. So I'm going to get 6d plus 14 equals 5 plus 6d. So if I look at this equation right here, same variables, different constants, I should already know what my answer is going to be. So if I have the same variable, different constants, that means it's going to be a null set, but I need to prove that. So when I subtract my 6d minus 6d on both sides cancel out, I'm left with 14 equals 5. So that would be a null set. Number 4, 6x plus 8 equals 8. This is just a regular two-step equation. Doesn't have to be null set or identity. I'm going to subtract my 8, so I get 6x equals 0. Now here's where I have some students go, oh, I have 0, so it's a null set or identity. No, it's not. If I divide by 6, x equals 0. 0 can be an answer. You can have 0 as a solution. If I put in 6x plus 8 and I put 0 in, I'm going to get 0 plus 8, that equals 8. So I'm right. Okay, so moving down here to number 5, we're going to again apply our distributive property. So 2x minus 5 equals 3x plus 9. Do I have the same variables? No, I don't. So I know I'm going to have a solution. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 2x from both sides. So I have negative 5 equals x plus 9. And I'm going to subtract 9. And so negative 5 minus 9 gives me a negative 14 equals x. Okay. And then let's go ahead and take a look at number 6. Oh, this is a big one. So we have 5x plus 15 equals 2x plus 2x plus 12 plus 3. So I have to apply my distributive property. Now I'm going to combine those like terms. 5x plus 15 equals 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 15. Do I have the same constants on each or same variables on each side? I do not. So I know it's not a null set or identity. The only time it's null set or identity is when your variables are exactly the same on both sides. So I have x plus 15 equals 15. I subtract my 15. Can I have an answer of x equals 0? Yes, I can. Okay. All right, move to the back side. However, we're not going to worry about these word problems right now. I will tell you right now, there's nothing like that on your test, these types of word problems. And I'll go over what's going to be on your test Thursday and Friday. But I'm not going to worry about those 2 word problems. If you want to do them to challenge yourself, go for it. What I am going to go over with you right now, though, is how to write an equation that has a null set or identity. As you can see, I kind of messed up here, and so I had to restart my recording because I messed up. It's early in the morning, guys. It's only like 7 o'clock, and I'm up here on Sunday morning doing these notes with you. So we have a null set, and to write a null set, remember, a null set is going to have variables are the same, constants are different. So an example of an equation with a null set. I have variables are the same, constants are different. I might have 2x plus 5 equals 2x plus 8. That's going to be a null set. Make these easy. You're going to have to write these equations on your test. So make them easy. 2x plus 5 equals 2x plus 8. Identity, the exact same thing on both sides. Variables are the same. Constants are the same. So I might have 3x plus 10 equals 3x plus 10. The exact same thing on both sides. That's the only difference, okay? If it says to write an equation with one solution, just write a simple two-step equation, okay? So if you have one solution, sorry, I ran out of room. One solution equations might be, for example, 8x plus 2 equals 18. That's going to be a one solution equation. Just make it easy. It doesn't even have to have variables on both sides. Remember though, if it's a one-step solution, then it's not going to have the same variable. Okay, the variables will be different. Okay, so if we look at the back at your practice, so here's your practice. Remember, not all of them are null, set, and identity. Some of them are, some are not. I do want you to add on 3 things at the bottom of your paper, though. And here's what I want you to add on. I want you to add on, I want you to write an equation. Number 1, I want you to have a one-step or a one-solution equation. I want you to write a null set equation. Don't have to solve them, just write the equation. And I want you to write an identity equation. Make them simple. Don't make them too difficult on yourself, and we'll go over those tomorrow. Okay? A one-step or a one-solution equation, a null set equation, and an identity equation. So there's your practice, 1 through 12. If you do finish it and you have time and you want to start working on ALEKS topics, you can go ahead and start working on those, and I will count those towards next week's for the ones that are due at midnight on December the 5th. So go ahead and be working on that, guys. Be good for the sub and get to work, and I'll be back on Wednesday. Bye, guys.